So today is a very, very important day, you know that, because in the history of creation, till the time of Christ, in the human awareness, only the sense of resurrection was created. That you can be resurrected, or you can be reborn. That sense came down there. I mean, people recognized it, that it can happen to all of us sometime. But it did not happen. Actualization never took. That was the problem. And without you entering into the reality, whatever one may talk about, it sounds imaginative. So one has to jump into the reality, into the truth. This never had happened before. And as I have told you, that if it had happened to one or two people, it makes no difference at all to the masses. And nobody accepts it. And like a small little river flowing in the desert, it disappears in the thin air. The truth also, whatever was found out, never had any roots. And all kinds of funny things started with this reality which these people preached. So it was to be the culmination of human consciousness, where he becomes one with the divine, that he becomes one with himself. It was to happen. And that too was to happen at a time which was most opportune, best time. Because unless and until the human desire is very strong, the human will is very strong, and is asking for the reality does not go into action. Other things, of course, as far as the creation is concerned, eating the animals and all the trees and fruits and flowers, all these things are done. But the human evolution would not have matured earlier because there was not so much of seed. So when the time came, when the necessity was so great that the necessity itself brought forth Sahaja. And it happened that I really saw the Sahasrara. Of course, there's a difference between your Sahasrara and mine. And I saw the Sahasrara, which is the big Sahasrara, opened out beautifully. And the petals were just like flames, rounded flames, not flat flames, but rounded ones. Rounded, beautifully colored flames of different colors. That's why I wore today a blouse of many colors and a sari of many colors. Because I saw so many permutations and combinations of things which opened out. And as if every petal was individually absolutely complete and perfect, but so integrated at the base. And the way it opened out and the movement was so rhythmic and so harmonic. There was no problem. Such a harmony was between them. No fluctuation anywhere. As if they were dancing to a tune. They opened up. And the colors all spread out their light around. And in the center I saw the Agya, very brilliant yellow, you can say the sun color. And all the chakras being there, also emitting light. But the chakras were darker in shape, they were emitting so dark that they were all looking blackish, so dark, sort of condensed color they had. And they were also emitting light all over. And the light, as soon as the whole thing opened out, the light absolutely spread out. And then I said, it's done. It can be done. So first I had to open out my Sahasrara. Then your Sahasraras could be opened out. And then I felt that a tremendous flow of my grace started. So much came even upon me, my own fruits, like torrential rain used to fall on me. Absolutely, I was so drenched in that joy. Really, I was lost, absolutely lost. So I felt that the whole creation is now sounding with that universal consciousness. Just felt that. Everything was finished. Only the joy was for me. It was such a beautiful time. And then I started my work. But as you know, in the beginning, it's very difficult to talk of this. To begin with, it is very difficult for a person to say that I am such and such. It is very embarrassing stuff. Extremely embarrassing to tell someone. I mean, if you have some power or something, you feel shy to talk. You just don't want to stand out and be something singled out. You feel so lonely about it. You don't want to mention it to anyone. I managed it for quite some time. But when the Sahasrara opened up, I knew that I will have to come out in my true colors. Of course, not that I have not come out, because that would be terrible. But as it is, when the Sahasrara opened up, I realized that the instrument is now ready. So this instrument that is before you is the instrument by which you are going to know the truth. You can find out the truth through this instrument of mine. Because through this instrument, you will get your Kundalini awakened, you will get your realization, and through your vibrations, you will be able to know the truth. You already know that the rapport between you and the truth has started. You can ask any question and you get the answer. So first of all, the truth will be known. And that truth, once you know, will be followed by another dimension of that truth. And another dimension, and I knew a stage will be reached where I will have to bring the whole of it. And the whole of it is what it is. But this instrument has a special thing about it. Because Sahasrara is, the essence of Sahasrara is integration, is ekagrata. I have told you what is ekagrata. That is, all the codes of all the beads, if you put together and thread them together, that is called as ekagra. Agra means the end, and ek means one. All the ends are put through one string. Now what is this means? in a very subtle way, if you understand, that all the chakras are threaded into my being. That means all types of patterns that have been created, all types of religions, all types of faiths, all types of ideas, all types of enterprises, science, yogas, everything, all of them are threaded in this. So supposing you are a Hatha yogi, then you have to just ask the question, are you a Hatha yogi? If you are doing Raj Yoga, you just ask Mother, are you Raj Yoga? If you are a Christian, you just ask Mother, are you Christ? If you are a Muslim, you just ask Mother, are you the Prophet? Say now, even if you are people who do not believe in God, say, then are you the abstract image? Are you Buddha? Are you Mahavir? All of them are. So that all of you, wherever you may be, whatever you might have developed, nothing is wasted, but is given a proper meaning. But with that meaning, you will be integrated with others also. Because there is one personality which has all these meanings. Like 1,000 names of one goddess. So automatically they will be integrated. You can be a Hindu, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Christian, if you want to call yourself something like that. But once you become a Sahaja Yogi, you are all integrated. You could go to church if you want to, you could go to a mosque if you want to, but you know who is the person who is there. You follow that point. This is the essence of Sahasrara. And for that reason, we have to give up our misidentification. Like if you say, I am a Christian, then how are you a Christian? I am Church of England. That's all. You are a Christian, alright. Then you are following Christ. Because I am Christ. If everybody is following one lamppost, then they are all integrated. You may see it from one angle, another may see it from another angle. But by this integration, you will realize that the light is the same. So all these years, the way people have been fighting and quarreling, all that is going to be absolutely neutralized. This is the beauty of integration. Anywhere in the world, whatever they are following can be answered. But supposing it's some sort of a falsehood, saying like voodoo, then I'm not that. Of course not. I'm not false. Whatever is the truth, whatever you have followed, something which is called as truth, which is called also. In the sense, like Christianity is not truth. Christ is the truth. But if you are a Christian and follow Christ, in a false way, because following Pope is not following Christ at all. So becoming a Church of England, this thing is not following Christ. But if you have been following Christ, even through Church of England, it's all right. Even through Pope, it's all right. Because now you have found out. So this was a very important and a crucial day, I would say, the 5th of May. And it all happened very dramatically, extremely dramatically. That, you see, I went to a program, not a program, but I went to find out about one of the horrid Rakshasas place, see what sort of thing he was about to. And of course I've made my own arrangements and I stayed in a friend's place. But I went to the camp to see what he was doing, what was he up to. In a very simple, innocent way. See, he could never have guessed that I was up to some mischief. Extremely simple. I look so innocent, don't take me for that. I'm very. So, I went down, and the fellow thought me to be a great disciple of his and all that. So I was there. Then I went to the seashore, and I saw what he was up to. He was so angry. I said, what is he up to? I said, I must have done. It has to be done. There's no more time needed. Because just see what is he up to. He was working on a very bad way on a chakra which is to be worshipped. And I felt that I must do something about it. And really it happened that I could just open out the Sahasrara. I said, that's it. You see, because as you must have heard that the goddess has, no, she's nishprayojana. She's purposeless. She has no purpose. But if the purpose comes in her way, then she may do something. But she doesn't have her own purpose. She is absolutely purposeless, useless. Without any desire, imagine. Without any attributes. What a thing and a half. What it is. Such a personality, when it is faced with a demand like that, comes up with its form. So now you understand from there that all these Sahasrara, you have to also demand. I want you to demand and ask, because I have no desire. And you just go ahead, you have all the right to demand from me. And ask for the biggest and the highest and the most fantastic and the most dynamic that you want to do. Put up your minds and heads together and ask for something big. This is a very great day today. Go home, think about it. Collectively also you decide, I'll go now. So then you decide and put a demand. It will be done. Now thine will be done, not mine. I hope all of you will come on the 7th and bring all your friends and all that. We might get a big crowd, I can't say, but crowd is a crowd. Sahajogis are Sahajogis. You might get a big crowd out of which you see we putting them in the sea and you'll find only 2 remaining back. So Sahajogi is different. We might get a crowd, I don't know. Depends on. But Caxton Hall maybe. Because Caxton Hall people ask people to come. See, we'll see. Thanks to Caxton Hall meeting that National Front lost all their seats and all their deposits.
I thought something would come of it.
Huh?
I thought something would come of it.
You knew that.
I knew something funny would happen.
There's a saying that when the fox has to die, he runs towards the city. So when they told me they are coming to the Caxton Hall, I said, very good idea. That's a very good trap for them. And not a single person. All of them lost it.
They went down, they did worse than they did last time.
Huh?
Twice as bad. All their things were hard.
Even that.
Fortunately.
That also. Oh, no. See, hatred is not going to. It's nice in a way this lady has also come and see. She's after all a woman. And we can work on her. Let's see how she works it out. Huh?
She had a kind of something.
She has the woman, huh?
Trouble. She was
Yes, she has. Action fan with her. Raised her kundalini. And with the speed with which it raised, oh. I've raised her kundalini, all right. Let's see. Not much hope from her, but you see, we might get a group. That's Lord Helsham, you see. I met him in a dinner, very intimate dinner we had. Dr. Nagan Singh was there and he told that she's a very great spiritual leader of India, this and that. He said, if you want to know anything about truth, she'll be able to tell. He said, I know all about it. So he asked me in Hindi, what do you think of this one? I said, his kundalini is all frozen down below there. He was a very proud fellow, you see. I know all about truth, and I need to say that.
Take some vibration.
Lots of it left. Navi, most of you have left now.